Hello, it's Andrew Pancioli here from the Market Timing Report, and it's Monday the 18th of March. And I want to take you into something really interesting that's come up over the weekend, into our our Master Traders course and professional platform, where we look at what currencies and commodities and instruments are likely to move. And when we look at the overview of the data from the information that came out last Friday, anything that's highlighted, we tend to look at. If it's in a darker colour, it's a potential long move, and if it's in a lighter colour, it's a potential short move. And the one thing that I noticed was the British pound had come down and it's flagging these numbers, and there had been some very big changes in the activity of some of the players in this market. Now, this information comes from the CFTC and is published every week, and it looks at what the professional and smart money is doing. And if we keep an eye on this and compare it to what other parties are doing, we can quite often foresee a situation where a market's about to move. Well, if we look at the British pound here, what we're seeing is that it's popped back up and just gone above that previous high there. This is weekly data. And what's really interesting is we have an index that we've created, which is over here. And we tend to look at this and are able to make some interesting judgments about what's going on. So let me zoom in here and I'll show you what we've seen is this index has come all the way down to zero. Now what this is all about the smart money. This is what the smart money is doing. The smart money has, and this is what's known as the commercial traders. The commercial traders have suddenly started selling the British pound massively in the last couple of weeks, and it really leapt up this last week to the point where our index got all the way down to zero. Let me just tidy this up a bit. Let's just take some of these things off so you can see this really clearly. And what you can see here is that I'll just increase the data part, amount of data showing, is we're all the way up here at a huge amount, at around about 183,000 contracts short. This is on the futures contract for the British pound. And we haven't really been at this level since all the way back here, which was Brexit, where we saw a major high. Interestingly enough, we correlate this data and we put it into an index. And what we see is that the last time we got here, we saw a major high. And the previous time we got there, we saw a major high. And then the previous times we got there were 3 hits there, and they correlated with a double top there and then a market coming down. This is why we use market timing to try and fine tune these. So this is really interesting. And then again, the same thing here correlated with a major high. So this suggests the smart money are in a position to make their moves are such that the British pound might well come down. Now, we can take this a stage further and we can look at what the non-commercials are doing. These are the hedge funds. Now, the behavior of the hedge funds is shown in this box over here. They're known as the non-commercials, and typically they're trend followers. So what does that mean? They tend to be wrong at extremes because they're heavily positioned. And if we look at the amount of non-commercial buying, the buying by the hedge funds, we see something really interesting. It's absolutely shooting up, as you can see here. And if we look back historically, well, that was the last major high. You can see how high this is territory that we're going into now. It's only the 3rd time we're up there. The last time we were up there saw this significant top back here in July last year. And then the previous time here saw this high right here in 2018. We saw something similar again over here in 2014, and all the way back, that was the Brexit situation, and then all the way back in 2007, 2008, where we got this major high. So we're getting to a point where we might well be seeing an important high coming in within the British pound, and it's one that most people won't be expecting, because if we look at the average seasonality platform and we compare all this to seasonality, we see that really the British pound at this moment in time tends to sort of carry on up into around about the 1st to 2nd week of April. Then it comes down. And this is the average pattern. The blue line is the average pattern of the path of the British pound throughout the year. And then we've created our own version. We've weighted it, and we look for where these both align, and like here and here, being is that the odds are more likely to be on our side. So that suggests we're not very far off from a potential bear move within the British pound. If we now look at a chart of the British pound, this is a daily chart, and this is where it's trading right now. This commitment of traders data was released based on numbers up to here. So at this point, it was looking like it was quite bullish, having broken out above this level here. However, if we put some Fibonacci retracements in from this low here and this high, we see that the British pound came up to the 78.6% retracement level, which is usually the last point of retracement, and has come back down there. So that would itself potentially support a further move down. There's another thing I want to show you, which is this. If we put this bit of geometry in, what we want to make sure now is that if the British pound is to carry on down, it could still retest this line, but it shouldn't go above it. If it does go above it, then we might well be going higher. But right now, this data that we saw from the commitment of traders data platform suggests that there is a potential strong bias to the downside playing out, and we could see a sharp move over the next few weeks. So if you want to know more about our platform and these courses, go to markettimingreport.com and you'll see the courses there, and you'll see the Master Traders course and professional platform, which shows you how to access all this data. Regardless, I hope you find this video useful. Please subscribe to the channel. Only about 69 to 70% of you are actually are not subscribing. So we've just got around about 30% of you. So it'd be great to have you on board. And please feel free to share this video with your fellow friends and traders as well. So I hope you find it useful. Thank you.